And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our first Saturday of the period 148 team-wide meeting. Welcome to all of you. Very excited about what we're going to be doing right now. We're going to take a couple of minutes. We always like to do this at the beginning of the period to get everybody kind of focused in one direction so that all of you have the key ingredients to what the leadership of our company is going to be doing over the next 28 days, which is going to take us, through the end of December, into the first week of January. I'm very privileged to have Pat Andersen joining me today. I'm going to bring Pat over here to this side, promote to panelist, and Pat will join us here in a moment. And hey, Pat, how are you? Let me unmute
How
you.
are you? I'm getting my picture.
Oh, there you go. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. I love your dress or the blouse. I can't tell whether it's a dress or a blouse.
Just a top.
Just the top. I love it. I had a tie like that once back in the day when fellas had, the flowers and the trees and all that kind of stuff.
You don't want to talk about those days, no.
Back when I used to wear double-breasted suits, right? So yeah, a long time ago. But listen, we have got some really exciting things going on, Pat, and I'm really glad that you could join us for the team meeting right now. Because I know I'm not going to ask you a lot of questions you can't speak to right now. Folks, for those of you that are maybe relatively new to what we're doing here, Pat Andersen, not only is she one of the top earners, I mean, tippy top earners in Zija today, she's got one of the fastest growing organizations, if not the fastest growing organization, international. I mean, all over the map right now. And she's doing it all from the comfort of one of her homes there in, you're in Florida, I could tell.
Yep.
And so Pat is also a member of the Distributor Advisory Board. Now, the Distributor Advisory Board is 8 people, 8 of our top Zija field leadership that works directly with the company on virtually a daily basis. And what I'm excited about is the transition that the company has made today. And, certainly it all comes down to the pedigree of our company, a Ken Brailsford company. Ken has been really focused over the last few years of putting everything into place, getting the right people at the corporate team that is going to be able to carry us forward, getting rid of the people that are keeping us from moving forward. Ken has really, done a lot of amazing things, especially in just the last couple of years, to set us all up for success. Pat, I know that there's a lot of things that are going to be happening over the next 4 weeks here for period 148. What I'm going to do here is rather than try and share some of that information, I'm going to call on you. Maybe you can help the folks start to identify some of the things that we need as an organization to focus on to really, finish out 2019 strong and build that momentum for the next year.
Well, I think, as always, it's about recruiting. Okay, it's about recruiting, training, the P20, the E40. We really have to concentrate on that because our whole company focus is on that. Everything from getting our subscription, not auto ship anymore, it's called subscription, getting our subscriptions free, getting the subscription plus a 250 bonus. But our trips, everything is about those 2 things. So how do we do it? We talked about this last time, and I sound like a broken record, and I'm going to continue sounding like a broken record on this. It's getting your 2, getting those 2 people that just want to make some extra money and helping them become Builder 500. You're now P40. Help them become Builder 1000 and you're E40. It's as, I say it's as simple as that. It's not easy, but it's as simple as that. And teaching that to every single person in your organization to keep it that simple. And that's what we need to start this month and carry it forward over to 2020, because that's the route our company's going. And so I want to make sure that our team takes advantage of all that happens with it.
And you know, we've have several announcements. One, most people have already received the email this morning.
Yep.
And let me just kind of preface that we've had a phenomenal last two cycles of our previous period between you know, cycle 3 having the Black Friday promotions and that sort of thing. Volume spiked. Nobody thought that it could be even better, but the you know, the Cyber Monday deals even bigger. And so one of the things, and this comes from some of our team members have been around for a while. Oh my goodness, we had this great increase. It's going to fall apart, you know, for the next period. No, the company has really, I mean, they've doubled down on their double down to make sure that we end this year with incredible momentum as a company and as an overall organization with the double FSC bonus. Now, the double FCC bonus really just dovetails into what you're talking about.
Yep.
Our business is a business of sharing our products, sharing our opportunity to create income that creates new enrollments. And for this next 4 weeks, instead of getting a 25% bonus first order commission or fast start commission, we're going to get double that. We're going to get 50% of the PV of every enrollment, whether that's a customer with a 150 PV bundle. We're going to make double our initial order commissions on that. And that's just one of the many things that are going to be coming. I know that you can probably you know, expand on the value of that. And I do want to cover a couple of the announcements. But for people that are doing that, Pat, what could that mean to their paycheck?
Oh my gosh, their paychecks are going to go, you know, for doing the correct activity. This is what we should be doing anyways to build our business. You know, we don't sit around and if we're going to just build our business, we need to get out there and talk to people and set it up for 2020. We know we're going to be getting the DNA kits coming out in 2020. So you want to be bringing on distributors also so that they can build their business rapidly when those kits are available for their customers. Okay, and distributors, of course, too, but that's when they can really hit with the customers and get them really involved for the 6-month program that's going to be coming out. Everybody needs to be on the Facebook champion call tomorrow. Top priority, because there is some even more enhancements going to be announced on that call. Okay. I'm actually quite surprised at what they're doing this month. When the DAB had the meeting with them and we asked for the double fast start, we didn't expect to get even more things added to what we asked. So it was a pleasant surprise. People should, okay, I'm just going to say it this way. If a person is serious about setting themselves up to explode in 2020, they need to take advantage of everything that is being given to them this period. Okay. If you can't do it in this period, I'm being honest, you can't do it at any time because there's no stopping anybody from really exploding. So be on that call, learn some of the new other things that are going to be enhancements, and they're very much enhancements. You need to be on there. I'm just telling you, I'll be on there. I'm excited.
Folks, I want you to know that what Pat just shared with you, that is insider information. Now, in a publicly held company, we'd all be going to jail right now, you know, for insider trading. She just gave you a hint. Be there. That's 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on the Zija Champions Facebook page. It's 9 o'clock my time on the West Coast, and noon your time, right, Pat?
Noon my time.
Okay.
Yep.
So you want to be there, and you want to have all your team there. And so let me point out a couple of quick things to kind of give you, even dial down more on the focus for this next 28 days. This double FFC bonus, okay, the fast start commission bonus, that is going to be the most important for the newest people.
Mm-hmm.
See, when you're brand new and you don't really have a big organization, maybe you only got, a couple of 3 or 4 customers, maybe you only have 1 or 2 active distributors, then you're going to want to focus like I did when I first started Zija, because guess what? In January of 2008, I didn't have an organization. Now, today I got an organization, and guess what happened to my paycheck this past couple of weeks? Okay, but I didn't have one back then. I had to create my own paycheck every single week, every single month, and I did it by consistently sharing the product, sharing the opportunity. Some people would buy the products, some people would join the business, some people wouldn't do either. Those would be the people I'd follow back up on in a week or 2 or 3 or 4 and tell them, hey, you didn't want to get involved, but I know you want to know what's happening to me now. And those people would then start to get involved. I created the paycheck. You have an opportunity to literally double and triple your paycheck by simply doing those activities that are what we do. So for the newest of our distributors, this is a much bigger promotion than it is for people like myself or Pat Andersen. Okay, you're the ones that are going to reap the greatest benefits. Now, I'm not saying I have any information, because it's not like, Pat Andersen shares information with me, because she doesn't. It's not like David Moses shares information with me, but because he doesn't. Okay, they're members of the Distributor Advisory Board. It's insider information. Now, here's the advantage I've got. I've worked with Pat Andersen now for what, coming up on 12 years?
Yep, pretty soon.
Okay, I've worked with David Moses for, a comparable amount of time. But, well, actually, only about 6 months. I started with Zija about 6 months before you did. And so what I have is the advantage of hearing what they're saying, how they are feeling about what they're saying. And I have never experienced more enthusiasm, more true, genuine excitement about where Zija's going than I have in the last, literally just the last couple of weeks from Pat Andersen and David Moses. And so that's the only clue I need to know what's about to happen is going to be spectacular. Let's talk about something else, Pat, if you don't mind, because we're moving into a brand new era of Zija. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, because I've been around this industry such a long time. I've seen many, many companies come and go. I've seen a handful of companies become legacy giants in the industry. A lot of what's been going on with Zija in the time that we've been involved, the formulation stages first few years, then we had the adjustment periods for about the last 7 years. It's all been creating an environment for what I'm going to tell you, 5 and 10 years from now, people are going to talk about 2020 as the launch of Zija International. They're not even going to know anything about the last, 12, 13, 14 years the company's been in business, because it was just the embryonic stages. You have a very strong background in the corporate world. You've led many major, and I know in a couple of cases, multi-million, billion-dollar companies in different industries. You have seen companies go through adjustments, and we're starting to see that now. We've had to grow, we've had to prune. Okay, and I'm not, a certain amount in the distributor end of the business. There were some players that really weren't the kinds of people that we wanted to be part of the field leadership. They didn't have the integrity and what have you. Some of those have been pruned. But I'm talking about the elements that we don't have any control over. I'm talking about the corporate end, the Zija end. We have seen certain members of the corporate team that we've had to, if we're going to continue to grow, we couldn't grow with them. And so we had a couple CEOs that had to move on so that we could move up. We've seen credible attraction of team members at the corporate level, including the most recent fella, our IT guy. What's his name?
Okay.
Yeah, I forget too. But I didn't mean to
you
put you on the
should know better. I am terrible at names.
Yeah, but our new IT guy, Pat, maybe because you've had a chance to be directly involved in some of the process of helping new people join the corporate team. Tell me what you think about what this fella can be bringing to us.
Oh my gosh. his credentials are amazing. He's won many awards in customer service. And so he's kind of going to be the IT because that's his field, but his field is also customer service and making sure that IT and the customer service meld together. And as I said, he's won multiple awards at doing that with Overstock.com and a couple of other companies in Nashville. So we're really lucky to have somebody of his caliber come to us. You know, we've got some top-notch people, but I just want to address something that you just said. Okay, we have been around since the beginning days. And I remember some of the first meetings when Ken came back. And, you know, he says, if you expect this to be a fast grow, get rich quick kind of a company, that's not what I build. He says, I build slow and steady. And it has been slow, okay? But it has been steady. You know, he puts things together. We got, you know, we had our buildings, our warehousing, then our manufacturing, and the better office. Gosh, when we started, they had an office as small as my little tiny house in Florida. You know, everything has been slow and methodical. And that's how he runs a business. And Nature's Sunshine's still around. And all these things are built in the beginning stages to last generations. And personally, that's what I want. I'm not into this get rich quick and go off to the next, you know, fly by night company. And there's been a lot of people over the past 12 years that we've seen that. And I wish them success, but I want to build a long-term income for my family. And that's what I'm after. And those are the people that are sticking around. I see Reed's on the call. He knows what it's like. You know, he's got almost 5 decades in this industry, ours combined, Fred. And he's seen that people come and go, and it's a slow, steady build, and it's going to just take off and rocket. And that's what we're lining ourselves up for right now. And I'm quite excited of the team that we've put together because everybody's in synergy. Everybody is going in the same place, but we're all going together. Okay. And I don't want to have anybody left behind. I've always been one of those that, you know, I'll help anybody, anywhere, you know, if they want to build. Now, I'm not going to pull you by your shirt coat. I don't have time. But if you say I want to lock arms with me, I'm right there with you. And so I think you need to be looking into your team and talking to your teams about who wants to run with you. Spend 90% of your time with the runners. Okay, we used to say 80-20. I don't have even that extra 10% time anymore. I'm going to spend 90% with my runners and 10% with those that are struggling and, you know, kind of maybe want it, but I'm not going to chase them, Fred. I said, we have a focus right now. We know what we have to do. We're going to train what we have to do. And now it's just who wants to step up to the plate with us.
You know, and you bring up such a good point. We care about everybody. Mm-hmm. We love everybody. And we also have to understand, you can only help the people that desire the help. Everybody needs help. Mm-hmm. Okay, those that desire it are willing to do what they need to do for them. Okay, you know, it's like the social services safety net. Yeah, I'm all favor for helping people, give them a hand up, but not a hand out. Mm-hmm. Right? And I'm not talking politics, folks. I don't do that. No, I shared this with Amy McKenzie the other day. I don't talk politics with anybody because either they like me or they're idiots. and I'm going to keep my friends. But Pat, you've seen a lot of companies come and go over the years. I think, you know, and you can maybe echo this. What I've seen is that Ken Brailsford has had the wisdom to make the tough decisions, regardless of how, you know, the masses might feel about it, because his number one focus has been not just the sustainability of Zeege International, but the growth of Zeege International to be that legacy that creates income opportunities for so many of us. And, you know, thank God he's the one that has to make those decisions.
I know. Totally. You know, and we have to understand, it doesn't, this is hard to say. I don't really care who comes and goes at corporate. Okay. I care that we have good people that are manning the helm. All right. They're not my friends. They're my business associates.
Right.
Okay. And this is not one person company except for Ken. Okay.
Right.
He's the one person. All the rest of them are just people. They have a job there and we respect them. We work with them. We get things done. But Ken's the only one that is at the helm. And he will, he'll be at the helm for a lot more years. Okay. He's still got a lot more years in him. He's still working very hard. And so, we have to look at it that way. And I'm, me personally, and I know there's quite a few that aren't feel this way. I'm glad we don't have the scientists out in the road all the time, because that distracts from us doing what we're supposed to do. All right. We're the ones that are telling the people about the products. We have all the resources now to be able to share the product. Okay. So the company's not all about all these other people. There's Ken, and it's his company. All the rest just work for him. Okay.
And if you think about it, and Ken works for us because he's created this vehicle that for people like yourself, you found a way to create a residual income that allowed Jim, your husband, to leave his job, his business, and it was a big business, and to golf. Right. Oh, come on. So you got to retire him. For me, it's been a way for me to be able to work from home, care for my mom, to have the financial resources to do that. For many people, it's been the vehicle that has changed our life financially, physically, and I agree with you. There have been other members of the corporate team that I really liked that aren't with us anymore. Okay, that doesn't mean I don't communicate with them.
I do too.
Because I like them, but I also understand, just like, I wouldn't have my cousin Rob work on my car. My cousin Rob has a hard time figuring out how to put gas in a car. Okay, it doesn't mean I don't love my cousin Rob, but he's not the right guy. So thank you, Pat, for sharing that, because I just want everybody to understand that then this last period of 2019 could be the most important 4 weeks of your entire Zija career. There's very few moments in time where a small amount of time can make such a major difference, and it's important for us to stay focused on activities, correct mindset, focused on the future. Pat, any last thing you want to share with the folks before we shut it down for today?
Don't be afraid to ask for help. You have an upline, and whoever's on the call, you all have an upline that will do absolutely anything to help you succeed. But we are not mind readers. Okay? I had somebody that really needed help and they didn't want to bug me. That's my job. And I love doing it. But you have to ask. Okay? And so if we all work together, we're all going to win.
Absolutely. And folks, the thing I love the most about what I see happening in Zija today, this is, our team-wide meeting. It's not our team. I'm looking at the roster of attendees. There's lots of people who aren't part of my personal organization or Pat's personal organization. Y'all have great upline leadership, and I suspect that they're identical to the way we do these things. If there's another leader out there that can offer you some information, some training, some thoughts that'll help you advance your business, I want to encourage you to do that. And we encourage every member of the Zija family to be part of a larger Zija family, not just I'm part of his team or part of that team. We're all part of Zija, and we're all going to win big if we keep that focus.
Yep.
I think that's it for now, folks. Last comment. Be sure to tune in to Zija Champions Facebook page, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern on Monday. It's going to blow your mind. Going to
Oh,
blow your
yeah.
mind. Hey, thank you, Pat. Appreciate you being on today, folks. We'll be seeing you soon. Listen, next week, you got the Z Champions posting on Monday. Pat Andersen, Health Talks with Pat on Wednesday. Access that through www.clubmoringa.com. We're going to do Biz Talks on Thursday. To access that through www.fredholmes.com/webinar. And then we'll be right back Saturday morning with new distributor training again. Pat, have a great weekend. Say hi
All
to
right,
Jim.
you too, guys.
All right,
Bye-bye.
we'll see you. Bye-bye.